What's poppin', y'all? Unfortunately, Brittany Renner is still crashing out,
I
and it
can't
seems
stand
like
her
that's
ass,
going to
bro.
be the only thing that she continues to do. Because one thing that I found quite gross is how she decided to throw her ex under the bus.
Yeah, I recently moved to Mississippi because I was in LA
And you couldn't afford it.
and was dating a bozo, moved to Atlanta with him, and then left the bozo because he was a bozo, and moved back.
I don't think he's a bozo. I think you're just a whore. And I think every man is gonna have fun with you and do whatever. They might even make a kid with you, but you'll never get taken serious. That's what it is. He's not a bozo. You're just a hoe. This is why you don't try to turn a hoe into a housewife right here, because it's in her DNA at this point. She's gonna be a bop for the rest of her life.
Back to Mississippi.
Do you think any man with some respect, any man with options, any man with some integrity, with masculinity, with any type of respect for himself, for his family, for his bloodline, would ever take this woman serious, even the slightest bit? Girls like her are delusional. Niggas, we know.
That's kind of,
and we let her be delusional, because at the end of the day, a nigga gonna let you be delusional all you want to. He gonna let you be delusional all the way so he can get him some ass. That's what women gotta understand. A man will let you be delusional. He'll let you lie to yourself. Ain't no man gonna tell. Why would a man walk up to you and tell you, nah, baby, I ain't never gonna take you serious. You a hoe. He not gonna tell you that. He gonna hit that ass and he gonna leave and he gonna go marry the good girl.
where I've been since. And my goal is to move back to LA, of course.
So this person that she's calling a bum, keep in mind, it's quite understandable that she would be beefing with PJ Washington, right? Is it justified? I'm not saying that, but is it understandable? Okay, he left
PJ Washington is in a happy relationship with a wife and children. She's the one that ain't married. So
he cheated on her, he left her, and then he's got a new family, he's got a new wife, so he married one that he didn't marry her, and now she feels like, oh, he's not doing what he should for his kid, which how much should he do? Who knows?
That's
right?
What
that's understandable. Kevin Gates, he has taken sneak disses towards her. He did have her completely change her perception, everything about Brittany Renner, which was her appearance. He cloaked that, or she chose to cloak that because that's what he wanted. So she completely changes, and he took some shots at her after that as well, and it's understandable she would have some beef with him. Public figure as well. But the most recent guy, he was not a public figure, and she decided to take shots at him and call him a bum. For what reason? Now keep in mind, this is the same guy that she was doing Bible prayers before they were doing a podcast together.
Okay.
This is what every bop does. See, this is like out of the bop hoe handbook. It's like you be a hoe for a long time and then you act like you're saved because you went from Muslim to Christian to praying to all this, and now you back hoeing naked on Instagram and talking shit. This is what all the bops do. I'm teaching y'all a lesson here, okay? I know it's a lot of niggas that y'all need to understand and take notes right now. Pull your damn notebook out. And Professor Mako is in the building, okay? All bops do this. They think they can be bops from 15 all the way up to like 30. And then they think at their 30th birthday that they can just pray a few times on camera, wear a hijab maybe, identify as Christian or some other religion, and they think all is erased and all is well. And then as soon as that doesn't work, they go right back to hoeing. Every time. They go right back to the OF. They go right back to posting naked pictures on Instagram and shit. But you was just a Christian 5 days ago, but now you back butt ass naked. It's the only thing they have that they feel like can save. Nothing else can save them but to act like that you've turned a new leaf, and that's great. If you changed, great. I think it's very possible for people to change, find God, and behave better. But if you notice that when bops do this, every time when it doesn't work and people still look at you like a hoe, you don't stay on track with the Christianity over the religious shit. You go right back to bopping.
God, please guide our voices. Let nothing that we've been through be in vain.
See?
And that whoever needs to hear whatever needs to be shared through us, through the wisdom that you've gifted us, please use us, speak through us, and may our voices, may this video reach the people that need it the most. You know our intentions, cleanse our hearts, purify whatever feelings that are coming up so we can convey whatever messages you would like to use through us, protect us through this process, and just guide us.
So here you have A1, like she's got to get an Oscar performance. If there's anybody that can learn from this level of LARP,
for sure,
anybody can learn from this level of LARP.
For sure,
she dives head first in. Like she got the whole niqab and everything, and she turned silent from being one of the loudest figures overall in hip hop space, or I guess like she was definitely the most outspoken, more outspoken even than like adult actresses that share everything. I would say she's on the same level of outspoken as Selena Powell. Now she's not, engaging in the depravity that Selena Powell was, but here now she's telling prayers, she's memorizing these Christian prayers before they do a podcast. And her previous man would have only spoken good about her. Like, for example, there is this clip of them in a car and he would caption it by saying, "Put it on record that I love this woman.
Lord have
educated, motivated, beautiful, a great mom, and soon to be a great wife. A real one this time." So he was doing the same thing that Partisan Fontaine was doing, which is like, nah, I'm stepping up. Which is like, it's okay, cool. Like that's what he wanted to do. But what changed for that to happen, or for that to not manifest?
Nothing changed. He was running game the whole time. He know this bitch a hoe. He was just running game. This is what a nigga will tell you. Let me tell you something to women, gang. A nigga will tell you anything to hit that ass. A nigga will tell you anything to keep hitting that ass. A nigga will tell you any fucking thing to keep hitting that ass. Have you ever needed your paycheck to just come a little early? Like, yeah, you get paid on Friday, but it's Tuesday and you need the money now. There's a banking app called Current, and they got a whole bunch of super useful features on this app. And one of the best features is it lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you qualify. With Current, you get a full list of features like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, the build card, and more. Now, paycheck advance is my favorite, but if you focused on building credit, or if you just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. And I know how I feel for your paycheck to be coming Friday, but you need your money Monday, and it's an emergency, and you need that money now, and you can't get that money now because you gotta wait, but you can't wait. And that's why I partner with them. And right now, they're giving $75 to anybody who signs up for the Current app using the link that's in my description, or scanning the QR code that's on the screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign-up page where you can create your account. Just go through the normal sign-up steps, enter your information, and order your Current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option that pops up to enter my promo code. And that promo code is going to access your $75 when you switch your direct deposit. Make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you do not miss out on the $75. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or even just tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out, because that's literally what it's designed for. Helping people just like you stay more on top of your finances. But until he get on that knee, until he presents you with a ring of significant carriage and proposes in public in front of people, until he sets up a wedding and pays money and goes in front of somebody and vows before God that he will be your husband for the rest of y'all's life, until he does that, you getting game ran on you. But to a woman like this, who is a bop, professional bop, she's going to believe it because she doesn't have any other choice. Nobody else is trying to take her serious, at least not a man with no respect.
And we wouldn't get any answers from this Director X feller. We wouldn't get any answers from Brittany other than, oh, well, he was a bum.
And then last thing I'll say, do you think, Director X, if he had options to marry a good girl who's 23 years old with no children and she's only had sex with 3 men, you think he would choose you over her? That's why I said the only man that's gonna take you serious is a man that has no respect for himself. Has no value, no high value at all. He's not an elite man. You'd be better off, honestly, if you want a man, you need to take your ass to Home Depot, take your ass to a construction site, and find a 30-some-year-old man that makes $50,000, $60,000 a year, and you the prettiest, finest girl he could find, because he will accept you. He'll deal with your whole shit. He'll look past it. But even him probably wouldn't happen. Because even the 50,000, I'll get if I'm making 50,000 on a construction site, bitch. I'll go get a girl who look. Let's say you think you a 8. He'd rather go get a 6 that ain't a hoe.
We wouldn't get any answers from Brittany other than, oh, well, he was a bum. What does that even mean? Moving from LA to Atlanta. And he would finally
He was a bum,
reply,
but you was sucking his
he made
dick.
sure to tag the location. Because as Brittany Renner was on the side of a road,
she looked
looked
so
like
burnt.
she was behind some train tracks. It looked
She burnt
very,
the fuck
very
out.
humid. She was sweating in the car. You could see the car seat in the back in Mississippi, where she went to rebuild. This guy made sure to tag Barbados and hop in some real water. Now, she's close to the Gulf of Mexico, but he's making sure, he's like, hey, no, this isn't the Gulf of Mexico. We're over here in Barbados. We're in the Caribbean. This water is different. Now, he did make it black and white, so he could have showed how clear and clean that water was, but he would say everything ain't a reason. Yes, it is. Sometimes the ocean reminds you who's in control. Talking some hippie stuff. Thought I was jumping in the Caribbean Sea for a quick swim. The current had other plans. I drifted a little bit further than I expected. I was fighting the water harder than expected. Made it back, but it reminded me of something.
That water like
Just
that.
because the water looks calm doesn't mean it is. On the surface, people can appear one way, but give them the time and space. It only took 2 seconds to feel it. Ooh-wee, you might be on the wrong current. So this is taking shots at her. Now, I don't see any Bible verse here. Like, did this guy like LARP Christianity with her? Was this a joint LARP by both of them? Because I would expect some Bible verses on this guy's stuff if he was the guy that made her turn into a Christian. But it seems like he's the guy that just wants to fall back and not be in the center of attention. Like, he doesn't want many comments. He changed his IG. It used to be Director X17. That was his thing. And then now he changed it to his real name.
Man, bro was just trying to hit that ass real quick and keep her around for a little minute. You know, every nigga don't want to hit it and quit it. Some niggas want to hit it, then quit it. You know what I'm saying?
Brittany Renner's experience with religion, well, she claims that she's not with any religion right now.
She got a Hooter shirt on already. The bitch got a Hooter shirt. She got a Hooter shirt on that say "Go Port Mississippi."
Jesus loves you and he can heal you, babe. That's why we both just side. Brittany sides, but she's behind the camera. I know Jesus is my homeboy. He's your homeboy too, and we're allowed to,
your homeboy?
You know, have different tools to heal us. Are you still Muslim? I'm not Muslim and I'm not Christian. I don't claim any religion. No religion can claim me. I believe in God, and that is that on that.
Who knows what that even means? We don't know what Brittany Renner believes in. She doesn't know what she believes in. I mean, she would even talk about her past with religion a couple of weeks before, because this was the most recent mention of it.
Are you still Muslim? No, I'm not. I don't practice anymore. I had to wear cornrows to fit in a hijab, and I'm no longer interested in shrinking myself. I was Muslim for like 10 months, married.
Clown.
For 52 days.
52 days.
Got baptized in March. I did get baptized.
He wasn't married, bitch.
But I just,
at
this point in stage, like where I'm at right now, I don't really follow any religion. I just don't, like, none of it really calls to me like that. And I think a big part of what people don't understand is when I was Muslim, that I really needed that structure when I was rebuilding my life. I needed that protection. And even with wearing a hijab, I felt like it cloaked me. Like, I felt almost invisible. Like, when I would wear a hijab in public, it's like, I was like, am I Casper? Can anybody see me here? Hello? So I just felt like being wrapped up, and also knowing that there is so much more to me than my body, but the body's, you know what I'm saying?
So here you could see that she was disturbed by not being recognized. She was like, hey, am I like Casper the Ghost? Is nobody paying attention to me? Oh my God, I'm having a panic attack. Nobody is paying attention to me. Because Brittany Renner, not only did she blow up because of her appearance, but she was always loud too. So she wanted to be
She didn't blow up because of her appearance. She blowed up because she was one of the few women who, the number is increasing, who's willing to show her ass on Instagram. That's why she blew up. She blew up because she got lucky and she finessed a young NBA player who was younger than her, who was fresh in the league, fresh getting money, fresh doing everything. She finessed him into him putting a baby in this bitch, which is why I tell y'all, don't do it. Don't have no kid with no bitch that you ain't married to. Because if you ain't married to her and you ain't committed to her, ain't no telling what that bitch should do. And if you wouldn't marry her, you still need to have a kid with her, bro. So if you don't feel the desire, the burning desire to lock this woman up because she's that good of a woman. Not just how she look. It's a pretty bitch on. You can find out. It's a pretty bitch everywhere. That look out. You can find that any fucking where. But a woman with some substance, a feminine woman that's gonna follow your lead, that's gonna do almost anything you ever ask her to fucking do. Those are the women who you marry. And after you marry her, you give it a second. Make sure she gonna stay like this. Make sure she don't do no change up, no switch up. Then you put a baby in her. You ain't in no rush. All the young niggas out there, you ain't in no rush, bro. You can wait till you 35, 40 years old and go get a bitch 26 and have a baby with her. You don't need to hurry up and do nothing. The woman is supposed to be in a rush because she got it to about 35. Once she's 35, high risk pregnancy. Eggs almost gone. You smell me? So they in a rush. We can take our time. Your nut ain't gonna stop producing, boy. You got it. Your sperm don't never stop. You can be 75 years old and have a baby. Now your count gonna drop, but you know what I'm saying? So
and she wanted to be heard, not just seen. And I don't know if she wanted to be lusted after. Definitely that's the case, considering she's posting OF content on her kick streams, like throwing it back, which I'm not playing for you guys. I'm on probation right now. And I don't want to play that for you guys anyway. I don't want to be going baiting people. Get the hell out of here with that. You guys can get enough of that on your own time. But if there's one thing that we know for certain, it's that Brittany Renner has learned nothing in all of her time. Like right now, she's just still exuding some hypocrisy.
Every year I get older, I feel sexier. And I think also, too, it's important to note that there's a difference. But like, novelty doesn't last. There's always going to be a 20-year-old. That 20-year-old's going to be 30. The 30-year-old's going to be 40, and so on, right? So for me, I find that like with experience, people become more magnetic. And that's the direction that I'm going. The people that I wish to attract in my life are not going to be holding on to what I looked like at 22. Beauty?
You shouldn't have been talking shit. And what quality of those types? I'll tell you what they will be holding on to. The hoeing that you did from 20 to 30. That's what they're going to be attracted. That's what they going to hold on to. And if they don't hold on to it, newsflash, probably won't be that good of a quality of people.
It opens the door, but substance keeps them in the room.
So here, Brittany Renner is talking about how appearance and things like that don't really matter whilst getting her hair done. And keep in mind, getting her hair done and doing all of this immediately after she was clowned for her appearance in the previous one, saying that she looked rough or any of that, which I think I don't know if it's people going too far. They're making those comments. I didn't make any comments about her appearance. But she says beauty opens the door, substance keeps them in the room. That's what she's learning as she gets older. Well, she hasn't kept anyone. Substance. The room is empty.
Exactly.
There's nobody in the room. And she's saying she's trying to rebuild financially right now, and she's blowing a bag on the appearance. And, people can use their money the way that they want. And you could say her appearance is very important because she's trying to do things in public and the public sphere. And that's like reinvesting in yourself, if you want to call it that. But the room is empty. And there were athletes that were previously in the room. There were millionaires that were previously in the room. There was this quote unquote bum who was really a guy that's offline, not doing anything, that was in the room, and none of them stayed in the room. And this guy said he was going to marry her. He had the intention to marry her. He was doing all the, G's.
You've been in relationships, documented relationships with like 10 millionaires. Most of them, from my understanding, are married. Kevin Gates has a wife that he claims he goes around with, he protects. He's on Instagram lovey-dovey after you was in a marriage for 52 days. PJ Washington has a wife and children. They on Instagram happy in a motherfucker. Kicking it, praying, reading the Bible. On Instagram live, he's smacking the ass. They playing with the kids. I'm telling you. You the only one that's single, bitch. The other nigga, Director X, he in Barbados chilling, kicking it. So what I'm trying to teach y'all, on a serious note, is that it doesn't work. Okay? It does not work. Being a hoe doesn't work. Shaking your ass on Instagram doesn't work. When I found my wife Instagram, it wasn't nothing naked about it. She wasn't even turned around showing off her ass. She wasn't twerking. She wasn't screaming. She wasn't at the club. She wasn't smoking. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't fucking. You ain't see her in nigga sections. She wasn't talking about dick and it was nothing. It was just a few regular ass girly pictures of her being a fucking girl. You know what I mean? So
this stuff, which I don't know if that was a joint LARP, like I said earlier. I haven't seen too much of that from that guy, but that guy, he's quite private, and he didn't say anything disrespectful from her. And what we learned is that every single situation that Brittany Renner has been in with every type of male has resulted in her calling them bums, losers, insulting them, and them moving on happily and not talking about her really. I mean, PJ Washington didn't really want to talk about her. He's never really mentioned her. And Kevin Gates likes to drama, you know. He's a different type of guy, but she knew who the type of guy Kevin Gates was before she even got with him. Exactly. So the only consistent theme here is that Brittany Renner is self-obsessed, self-absorbed, and very, very hard-headed. Like, she's not going to change her opinion about anything. She's not going to listen to anybody's outside perspective. She thinks she is right, and she is abrasive, as we're seeing here, and that's great. Why do I say that's great? It's because she's in the perfect career for this. She's a kick streamer now. All of those traits and qualities, oh man, that is what works on live stream, especially if you're on Kick. So she's gonna make a bag out of this. But if she's trying to get her life together and get married and have like this happily ever after, oh, you're going down the wrong path. But I don't think that's what she really wants. I think right now she's getting what she really wants.
She knows she can't get it.
The conflict, people talking about her. Now she goes back and forth with them. Her appearance is everywhere now again, and she can make money, and that will be the foreseeable future for her. I do think we will eventually get to a mental breakdown, as we do with nearly every Kick streamer, or just streamers in general. They will have a mental breakdown because that career is brutal on some people's mental health. But we will be there to cover it, because if somebody told this to Brittany Renner, would she listen? Absolutely not. She would think that, nah, I can handle this. I'm fine. I've had a social media in a chokehold since I was 20 years old. And that's for sure. People are watching her. Like she said, she's not Casper the Ghost anymore, like she was when she had that niqab on and people weren't paying attention to her. But you might be Bozo the Clown, which everyone's paying attention to, but throwing things at. So which one would you rather be? Well, we're going to find out.
Listen, man, any girls that's watching, I would advise you to find a good man as quickly as you can and get married as quickly as you can. Don't be in a rush, but don't take your time either, because you don't have the time. This is what you'll end up like. This is how most women do you think she... like bro said, that's what she want. That's not what she want. That's just all she can do. I'm sure, because she's tried relationship. She keeps trying the relationship thing. So that's clearly what she wants. It's just not working. If Kevin Gates would have gave her $1 million, moved her in the house, had a few kids with her, told her to delete Instagram, and kept her for the next 20 years, she would do that, and happily. No woman wants... That's a lie, bro. She don't want to be on stream, moving to Mississippi. She said her goal was to get back to LA. So, that means she wants to be in LA. But she's in Mississippi because it's cheap as hell out there. Mississippi, of all places? It's like the poorest state in the fucking union. But she said her goal was to get back to LA, which means she never wanted to leave LA. She moved because she had to. So, if that's what you want to do, you should have made different choices. What she's failing to realize is her choices have consequences, just like everybody else. You can't be in the streets as a man, you can't be in the streets from 15 to 27, have 100 felonies, do 20 years in prison or 8 years in prison, and come out and get an apartment and get a job. That's not how... You can't do that. And then every time you get a job and you can't get a job, you go right back to the streets and do something illegal and then go back to prison. And you get out, try to get a job, it don't work, and then you go back to prison and you get out. That's basically what she's doing. Relationship, no. And then on top of that, you keep getting back on Instagram, you keep getting back on OF, and you just throwing it back and you twerking and you shaking ass. But you talking about God, though. And God cool with that? God cool with you objectifying yourself and your body online for some money? I don't think God fuck with that. I don't think no God. You talking about, you don't know, you Muslim, Christian. I don't give it. Allah don't rock with it, or God don't rock with it. Jesus don't rock with it. Don't nobody rock with it. And you're going to keep getting the results that you're getting until your behavior is changed. And even when the behavior is changed, you'll likely still won't get the results you want because of your past. See, women like to act like your past don't matter. It might not matter to you, but it matters to us. We the one who got to get on the knee. You can't decide when to get married. That's our decision. We the ones who propose. We the ones who pay for the wedding. We the ones who buy the ring. We the ones who get on one knee. We the ones who ask, would you marry me? You don't do that. Only thing you can do is say yes or no. So if you don't give a man what he wants, which you haven't done for the past 15 years of your fucking life, you don't give a man what he wants, it's over for women like this. You know, only 25% of black women will, and I think she's black, you know, only 25% of black women will get married in their lifetime. Only 25%. You are in the 75% that probably never get married. You gotta come to terms with that. I hope you have enough money saved up, because she about to be 35 years old. I just looked it up. So you only got about 30 more years before you're at retirement age. And it's gonna get real lonely. It's gonna get real lonely. And this go to men too. Like, prioritize and I don't think that's talked about enough in the black community. We need to be prioritizing relationships, bro. Men need wives and women need husbands. Point blank, period. You need somebody that you can get to the end of life with. Period. Nobody wants to be old as hell. Your kids is grown. Your kids is married. Your kids is in college. Nobody wants to be old as hell coming home to a big ass house empty as hell. Okay? You 67 years old and you ain't got no friends. You don't do nothing. You don't go nowhere. You just come home to an empty house and watch TV. Nobody wants to do that. So you need to prioritize family. You need to prioritize a relationship. You need to prioritize a husband and a wife for the men. You know what I'm saying? It's not a want, it's a need. You need someone to get to the end of life with, bro. You need someone to pick you up when you fall down, or when you can't make it to the stairs, or to take you to your doctor's appointments, or to be there after your surgery, God forbid, as you get older, or to shoot you up with your insulin, or to wipe your ass if something happened to you, or to take care of you if you break a leg or have a car accident. You need somebody, instead of having to guess and hope that your cousin or your cousin, uncle, sister come take care of you, or having to pay for a nursery home or some shit like that, but pay for somebody to come over and take care of you. You feel me?